BON TV live at 5. Once again, filling in on the anchor desk, I'm Michael Watkins for Grindle and Morton. On this Thursday edition, we've got an update on Halloween Hoedown. Some changes being made this year. We'll tell you about those. Plus, park goers here in Richmond have some good news today, and we'll have an update on the weather forecast. Dawson will be around with sports. But first, in our lead story, a man has died in an accident earlier today in Estill County. Around 12 noon today, authorities responded to Highway 499 Wiseman Town Road in the Doug Hill area in reference to a one-vehicle accident. The driver had left the road and struck a tree. The sole occupant, David Ross, age 51 of Irvin, was pronounced deceased at the scene. Wet roads were considered to be a factor in the accident, and if more details become available, we will bring that to you here on WBON TV. Well, Richmond Police Department is once again partnering with Real Life Community Church for the second annual Faith and Blue event, which will take place from 4 to 6 p.m. on October the 14th. This event will take place at Real Life Community Church, and everyone is invited out for an ice cream social and a chance to meet and interact with officers of the Richmond Police Department. And if you have small children, this is a great way to kind of get them acquainted and see what it's like to be around an officer. There will also be free child safety seat inspections during the event as well. And for more details, you can check out the Richmond Police Department Facebook page, or you can reach out to them or to the Real Life Community Church and get more information. Speaking of the Richmond Police Department, Officer Harris of the RPD is asking for the public's help in identifying the suspect shown on the screen now in regards to an investigation. If you are watching and you recognize this individual in the shot, you are asked to email T. Harris, that's THARRIS, at richmond.ky.us, or you can call dispatch at 859-624-4776. The Richmond Police Department does a great job of putting out these photographs, and there are several up over the last few days of folks that have maybe been suspected of committing a crime or that are involved in something else, and you can check those out once again on the Richmond Police Department Facebook page. Well, the Kentucky State Police in Richmond was contacted just before 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon in reference to a two-vehicle collision on Begley Road in Jackson County. Officers say Jeremy Smith, age 46 of Tyner, was traveling west on Begley Road on a Suzuki motorcycle when he crossed the center line and collided head-on into the path of a Ford truck traveling east, operated by Mikhail Halverson, age 39 of McKee. As a result of the collision, Jeremy Smith, 46 of Tyner, was transported to St. Joseph Health, London, where he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased by the Laurel County Deputy Coroner Barkley Bowley. The ongoing collision investigation is being conducted by Trooper Tyler Holt. He was assisted on the scene by Kentucky State Police personnel, Jackson County Sheriff's Department, Jackson County EMS, and the Jackson County Fire Department. One of my favorite events to go to each fall is the Richmond Parks and Recreation's annual Halloween Hoedown. The event is expected back again for another fun year, and it will be held on Thursday, October the 26th of this year from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, unlike last year and in years past, this time you are invited to join in on the fun at the event's new location, Lake Reba Park, located near Paradise Cove. This free event will include trick-or-treating, community booths, music, games, giveaways, snack vendors, and so much more. Adventure Falls Mini Golf Facility will be open during the event, offering free rounds of mini golf to the whole family, and a special thank you goes out to the Eastern Kentucky University Recreation and Park Administration Rec 460 class for helping to organize the games, decorations, and the contest for for this year. They will be using this as a service learning project. Richmond Parks and Recreation Department is still accepting applications to set up at the event, and those can be found at parks.richmond.ky.us. You can submit them by Thursday, October the 12th if you'd like to be involved. For more information, you can call the Richmond Parks and Rec Department at 859-623-8753 or email parksandrec@richmond.ky.us, and be sure to follow them on social media at Richmond KY Parks. Now, if you were at the Halloween Hoedown event a few years ago at Lake Reba during the pandemic, this will not be like that. This one will be more like in years past, like you're seeing on the screen right now. There will not be like a drive-through event like we had during the pandemic at Lake Reba. It will be more walking around and doing like what you're seeing on the screen right now. So again, for more information, you can check out the Facebook page for the Richmond KY Parks. Well, Berea Tourism is inviting everyone out to join Mayor Bruce Fraley and the tourism team for an evening of celebrating one of our most beautiful natural resources on October the 7th. Mayor Fraley and members of the tourism department will be taking part in an annual tree planting ceremony at the Chestnut Street Pavilion from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. There will be kids' activities, free kettle corn and apple cider, live music from Al, Alice, Ruth, and Daxon starting at 7 p.m., plus hot dogs, chips, and drinks will be for sale, courtesy of the Berea Volunteer Fire and Rescue during the music. For more information about this event, you can check out the Berea Tourism Facebook page. And interstate travelers know well the delays and traffic issues the paving projects have caused this summer near the Madison County and Fayette County line. Now, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the completion date of that approximately 10-mile stretch of I-75 in Fayette County has been pushed back 6 weeks. Work began back in July to resurface I-75 from the Clays Ferry Bridge to the Man-O-War-Lexington exit. So it looks like we will be enduring the road work for a little while longer. Other ongoing projects include widening the interstate between the Paris Pike and Newtown Pike exits, as well as similar rehabbing efforts in Scott County on I-75 and Clark County on I-64. We'll step aside for our first commercial break here on the newscast, folks. We've got a lot more to get to, weather and sports and so much more coming your way next here on WBON TV Live at 5.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Did you know Markham and Wallace Hospital offers speech therapy for both adults and pediatrics? Why travel north when you can get the care you need right here in Irvine? Adult speech therapy focuses on the assessment and treatment of speech, language, thinking, and swallowing problems. Pediatric speech helps children communicate effectively by assisting with the improvement of their verbal and nonverbal language skills. For more info about the speech therapy department, call 606-723-8235 at Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital. How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow. Back here on Live at 5, and while it's been a gloomy day after some early rainfall, the sun has tried to peek through at times and the temperatures have remained around the same since late morning. Todd, now yesterday you told us that we had some incredible weather to look forward to as we head into the weekend. I'm hoping that is still the case as we check in with you today.
Hey, Michael, yeah, we had some heavy rain across parts of the region earlier today, but since then, things kind of drying out. We may have a stray shower or a thunderstorm here overnight, but overall, things are going to continue to dry out as we slide into this upcoming weekend. There will be some patchy, dense fog developing in some of the prone locations overnight and early tomorrow morning, so do be advised of that. Maybe leave yourself a little extra time to get to work and school tomorrow. And as I mentioned, a dry stretch right through our first full week of October next week, and it will be a little bit above average into early October as well. So the radar and satellite imagery from this afternoon showing those lingering clouds, a couple of stray sprinkles here and there. Again, we can't rule out maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but temperatures are going to be falling through the lower 60s with patchy, dense fog developing into our Friday morning. Again, here's our overnight time period. The simulated radar just showing a couple of little showers trying to fire up. Better chance of some thunderstorms south of London for this evening. If we do have any rain, it should be pretty light and generally less than 1/10 of an inch. If you have plans this weekend, again, it looks dry and sunny with temperatures around that 80-degree mark. That'll be nearly 5 degrees above average, and our first full week of October next week should continue to stay above average in terms of temps. It also looks pretty dry. Temperatures, again, to start off, our Friday will be into the upper 50s. Again, watch out for some of that patchy, dense fog. Winds will be turning over to the northwest into the afternoon at around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures will be topping out in the upper 70s to near 80. Look for a little more sunshine tomorrow afternoon, but this continued drying and a warming trend will take us into this upcoming weekend, so it doesn't look too bad. For Friday, just a few degrees above average, but by Saturday into Sunday, it looks like temperatures will be warming into the lower 80s. That'll be almost 5 degrees above average, but pretty dry, Michael, into next week.
Thanks, Todd. Man, those next 7 days look incredible. And tell you what, folks, if you're looking for more weather, you can be sure to visit WBONTV.com for weather all the time. Find it on Channel 9 online. You can also check out the WBON TV Facebook page. And with the weather looking good tomorrow, park goers got some good news today here in Richmond as Richmond Parks and Rec announced the reopening of Camp Catalpa beginning at normal park hours tomorrow. The park has been closed since the hail and wind storm that took place in late June. The park will look the same with a few minor changes as branches and trees that were knocked over have been cleared out, and those who have missed walking through the trails can once again enjoy the scenery that this unique park in Richmond presents. For more information about the park reopening, you can check out the announcement on the Richmond Parks and Recreation Facebook page. You know, an election officer is a very important person who works at the polling location on Election Day. And as we get ready to cross over into October, that means we're almost a month away from the general election for the governor of Kentucky, which will take place on November 7th of this year. Madison County is currently in need of election officers whose number one priority is to ensure that voting is conducted in a fair and orderly manner. This position is a paid position, and those that are interested in becoming an election officer must fill out the election officer application form online before each election and select a date for your training class. If you don't have access to a computer, you may stop by the Richmond office location and fill out one in person. Please review the job description and requirements before you apply on the Madison County Clerk's website at madisoncountyclerk.us. It's hard to believe, but November will be here before you know it. We've already made our way into October. Next week is fall break for Madison County schools. We are just cruising right along here in the fall months. Well, it's now time for another commercial break. We appreciate you joining us here, folks. My man Dawson Rule, he is back with sports. We'll have a recap from some of the things that we talked about on the sports show from Monday night. We'll get to that when we come back here on WBON TV Live at 5. The City of Richmond and their partner Dreaming Creek Brewery are excited to invite you to the 3rd annual Millstone Festival.
Join us this year in Richmond, Kentucky for our 3rd annual Millstone Festival, right in downtown Richmond.
This year's festival takes place on Saturday, October 7th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and will include a car show, live music, craft vendors, community booths, food trucks, beer and wine garden, a kids area, inflatables, a petting zoo, and so much more.
Come on out to the 3rd annual Millstone Festival. There's something for everyone.
We're looking forward to seeing everyone in downtown Richmond on October 7th. And be sure and stop by the city booth and say hello while you're downtown.
For more information, visit parks.richmond.ky.us or search the 3rd annual Millstone Festival on Facebook.
Come and celebrate our festival with us.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Do not adjust your TV set. It is WBON TV's Tuesday night Terrorvision. Tune in to Channel 9 every Tuesday night in October and witness horrors in haunted houses, out of this world, and even from beyond the grave. WBON Channel 9. It's a scary good show.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Back here on WBON TV Live at 5, Michael Watkins filling in for Gwendolyn Morton. And we're one day closer to the Friday Night Lights of high school football. We'll tell you where we're going to be and what games we'll have available for you here in just a few moments. But first, sports anchor Dawson Rule dives into an EKU basketball announcement and some local scores and upcoming games. Dawson also will talk about some moments from EKU baseball head coach Prothrow's interview Monday night on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Sports today is going to start out with some game announcements for tonight. I'll begin with volleyball. Berea hosts Frankfort for a 6 o'clock match at home. Frankfort beat Model last night, 3-0. So they're going to be trying to beat Berea and get 2 out of our 4 county teams. Madison Southern will host Sayre tonight, who is currently placed 3rd in the RPI for the 11th region. Central will travel to Woodford County tonight after dropping a tough one to West Jess the other night. 2 girls soccer games happened last evening too. Madison Southern dropped 3-0 on the road to Frederick Douglass, while Central's girls tied 1-1 with West Jessamine. The boys' side of soccer has some Madison County teams playing their final regular season game tonight. Madison Southern will host Montgomery County at home, scheduled for 7:30, and Model will travel to Mercer County for their final regular season game. The Patriots have won 3 in a row and 5 out of their last 6, so I'm feeling good about this one for them. Berea is set to travel to Lincoln County for their final game of the regular season, also at 7:30 tonight. Earlier this week on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, the sports panel talked to Coach Prother from EKU about the team's fall scrimmage schedule. Let's take a look at some of the things Coach Pro had to say about his team so far this fall.
After this first practice Friday, how do you feel about your team? What did you see? How are you feeling?
I think we feel good. We like the phrase or the term cautiously optimistic. You know, we try not to get too far ahead of ourselves. I think there's certainly a lot of work to do. You know, someone asked me, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was Matt Roan or Corey Neal, one of them, because they care so much. They said, you know, what do you think you need to work on based on the first day? And I said, everything. But I think that's a good thing. You know, it wasn't like I could go point to one thing that glaringly stood out that, you know, we're deficient or we're missing a player or missing some capability there. I just think that we have a long way to go to see what the best version of this team looks like. And certainly we have some time. I don't know if we have all the time in the world. We'll get a couple of older guys. And when I say older, you know, seniors. They're not old compared to like us. You know, we're old.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Well, I guess maybe not all of us are old here. And so they'll get together and they'll actually, with some parameters set to make sure we have everybody has enough position players in the right positions and enough pitchers to get through the weekend. They'll actually draft 2 teams and compete against each other to try to win 2 out of 3 at the end of the fall. We try to do it in conjunction with inviting the student athletes, their family members in for a weekend. There's a football game that weekend at home that we like everybody to get together. We'll come play, then go tailgate and go to the game. And it should be competitive. I think we've got a deep enough roster that you'd have 2 solid teams going at it 3 times that weekend. And there might be a little chippiness. So certainly our guys will make sure they watch their language and not do anything to embarrass the program or the university, but they'll probably get after each other a little bit for some bragging rights as well. So it should be entertaining, and hopefully the level of baseball, we expect it to be a high level, and we should expect to play well and be competitive, and it should have a little bit of fun with it as well.
We always love talking EKU baseball, and there will be plenty of chances to go watch and support this team this fall during their scrimmage schedule. EKU basketball announced an upcoming scrimmage game against the SEC's own Georgia Bulldogs. The game's on October 30th in Athens, an effort to benefit the Red Cross due to hurricane damage down in South Georgia. This is going to be a big game and opportunity to play a good opponent for the Colonels. That's going to be all for sports today. Tune in tomorrow for Friday night football previews and a look at tonight's EKU football night at Apollo Pizza highlights. This is Dawson Rule with the best sports coverage in Madison County.
Thanks, Dawson, and I hope you're not getting tired of me, folks, because tomorrow night, high school football, Dawson will join myself on the call for the Madison Central game as the Indians hit the road versus Pulaski County. That game will be audio only, streamed on the WBON TV Facebook page, and Madison Southern will also be playing tomorrow. They'll be at East Jessamine. The Eagles game will also be audio only on the WBON TV Facebook page. You can listen to that game on the radio on 106.7 The Pinnacle, and the Madison Central game will be able to be heard on 92.5 WEKY. So both games on radio and audio only streams on the WBON TV Facebook page. We'll have those for you tomorrow night. Pre-games at 7 o'clock and the kickoff for both at 7:30. It's now time for our final commercial break here on the newscast. We got a big story from the Explorium in Lexington. They got a big weekend coming up. We'll tell you what's going on there when we come back here on Live at 5.
WBON TV9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV 9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's first TV channel, available on Spectrum Channel 712, Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Channel 9.1 over the air. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
Now at A&W, the Spicy Papa Burger Combo with onion rings. A classic Papa Burger, spiced up with jalapeno heat, perfectly paired with a side of onion rings and Spicy Papa dipping sauce. Get it jalapeno mouth, only at A&W. Feeling saucy? Come down to A&W and dip a juicy 5-piece hand-breaded chicken tender combo into our new spicy 3-pepper fire sauce or our new savory A&W sauce. Dip into A&W and try them today.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
If it won't go down.
Call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
We're back here on WBON TV Live at 5, and the Explorium of Lexington announced their participation in Our World Worldwide Day of Play on September 30th, which will be Saturday, as a day dedicated to experiencing joyful learning through play. This event focuses on getting kids and their families up, out, and playing around. The Explorium of Lexington will participate in Our Worldwide Day of Play by hosting an event on September 30th focused on play. Worldwide Day of Play at the Explorium features play with hands-on galleries and exhibits, a visit from Keeneland Kids Club mascot, Buckles, and with information on the importance of play from First 5 Legs. Children and families are invited to participate in this event by visiting the museum on Saturday, September 30th between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Play is a powerful experience that enriches people's lives in museums, schools, homes, and beyond, states Arthur G. Affleck III, the Executive Director of the Association of Children's Museums. ACM is pleased to partner with Nickelodeon on amplifying the importance of play on well-being and healthy brain development, and to make learning more effective and joyful for everyone. Should be a fun day out there Saturday, and with EKU on the road, nothing really going on here in Richmond, it's going to be a great day for folks to go out there and check it out. Folks, I'm going to wrap things up here on the newscast today. Once again, I'll be right back here with you tomorrow on Friday for Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9.